And we're on. Welcome in, guys. Appreciate you being here. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure I have audio, and I do. So we should be good to go. Local Life. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Wait for a few more people to get in. Brian's in here. Eric Fishner's in here. Drag Route Outdoors. I have not seen you before. Welcome in. The Auburn Fisherman. Welcome in. How was you guys' holiday? Scott Swift, welcome in. Some new people in here today. That's good. I always appreciate new people. You ate too much, Local Life? Yeah, a lot of people do over Thanksgiving. Alan's in here. Yeah, I wasn't gonna go anywhere for Thanksgiving since we had just been back to Virginia, but then uh, I offered to butcher a couple pigs for my brother-in-law and up in Washington. He took me up on it, so we had to go up to Washington. So I butchered two pigs for him. Did 325 pounds of meat in the freezer. So I mean, it wasn't just for them. They split it with someone else. So uh, should have a couple freezers full for a year. Everybody telling everybody hi. Scott Swift, have you been in my live before? I know I've seen you elsewhere, but I can't remember if you've been in here before. Hey, Backlash, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Eric, are you still in here? Oh, you haven't been in here. Are you wanting to come up or are you just wanting to stay in the background for a while, Eric? All right, Backlash, I appreciate that. Be nice if you could stay longer, but I understand. Sometime tonight, I'd like to get Eric up here to talk to all you guys and tell you about his channel. All right, Eric, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. And let's see. You can follow this link, Eric, and just make sure that you mute your YouTube side once you get onto that one, or else it'll just echo around. Makes it really hard to hear. Hey, Tina Ladybug, welcome in. Yeah, Backlash is saying if any of you want to pick him up, and make a comment on one of his videos, he'll pick you up tomorrow. He's not sticking around very long tonight, so. Thanks there, BTW. There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right.
Sounds like you got it right the first time.
I think I got the YouTube muted, so it should be good there.
Yeah, it's no echo going on. So yeah, tell these guys all about your channel and what you do and what you want to do and what you don't get done and all that good stuff.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, my name's Eric, also known as Eric the Fish Nerd on YouTube. I manage a fish hatchery for the state of Oregon. I work for the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, specifically the Leeburg Fish Hatchery. You might have seen Earl. He went out and did, I think, a short, maybe some other videos out at my facility when he came out and visited. And I've done a few fishing videos with Earl, been out on the boat with him. But anyway, my channel tends to focus on the work I do at the hatchery, also just my fishing adventures around in the local areas. My facility stocks out rainbow trout throughout the Willamette Valley, as well as summer steelhead here on the McKenzie River. And so I tend to frequent those water bodies to show people how and where to catch those trout that I've been stocking out there. And then meet great people like Earl, and he invites me out on his boat. And so you'll see some videos I have out there with other YouTube channels and just other local people that showing me different spots and different species to go for. And yeah, it's just been a great adventure meeting great people like Earl.
Do you have Derek David? Do you know him at all?
No.
Okay. He's another guy from down there in Springfield. He may or may not be going out crabbing this weekend if you decide to go, or you said you had possible other plans.
Yeah, so my goal right now is to catch one of those coho that are in spawning colors, you know, with that nice bright red body, green head. I've never caught one. I think they're really pretty fish, and so it's kind of a bucket list fish for me. So that's what I'm hoping to get this Saturday. If that falls through, then yeah, I'll definitely hit you up for some crab, but you know, depends on what the ocean's doing. Yeah,
right now today it was no restrictions, so might be able to go out.
Yeah, I noticed. So the Ilwaco Indian, I went out with them. I did, I think, just the one video with them. And I've been tracking them on Facebook, and I noticed today that they posted they got full limits of rockfish and lingcod, and man, they've been absolutely killing it on the lingcod lately.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. That'd be fun to get out there and get some of those. But
yeah, you and me, we only just caught one legal lingcod, and it was barely legal, right?
I think you're bad luck.
I think so. I think so too. It's all the bananas I bring on board.
Must be. Well, a couple of these people picked you up. They said, welcome in Northwest open season. can you see the chat?
I can't. No.
Are you on a computer?
Yeah, I am. Okay, I see it now. I went over the comments,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I had to
Yeah.
put my glasses on. I took my glasses off originally, but I noticed then in the video I have a reflection. So, oh, right on, Auburn Fisherman. Thank you. Yeah, I'll check you all out too.
Make sure you make a comment on his video so that he can pick you up easier that way. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna start writing all these down. Let's see, local life
well, they're
outdoors.
dropping links in here too. So if you would go back through afterwards, you would be able
Oh,
to
okay.
go hit all those links and hit them all up too. So,
Oh, gotcha.
but yeah, I write some of them down too because I rarely go back through. But the new guys that come into my lives, I write them down so I can go back and look them up. But yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me out tonight. You've been asking me to at least listen in, but I'm always so busy on these days. Is this the normal thing, Mondays for you?
Yeah, usually after my premieres, I usually premiere a video and then go live after that. But I didn't even have a
Okay.
video for tonight, so we're just doing the live.
Okay. Yeah. So Mondays are the days that I'm on call at the hatchery. So,
Oh, okay.
you know, I'm the person that's in charge of monitoring all the alarms at night. And around this time is when I got to walk around the facility, make sure all the ponds are watered up and
Got you.
doors locked, and you know, fish are got water flowing to the raceways. So I think
Yep.
that's why it hasn't worked out in the past. But I got my work done a little bit early today, so I can pop in here and talk to you.
Awesome.
Did you you been getting crab lately?
Last time I went out was it was a weekday. Some of my friends from Mississippi were here, and I took
Okay.
them out. I had very low expectations, and we killed them. We got 18 big keepers.
Oh wow,
And
nice.
I threw one back that was so soft. I mean, the main shell, you about had to be careful with that. It was so soft, but it was way huge. But
Were they
it
full of
would.
meat?
Most of them were, yeah, yeah, they were,
Right on.
yeah, pretty decent. So yeah, we
One
were
of these
only out
days,
for about 2.5 hours, I think. We got 18 of them.
did you
So
do any bottom fishing?
no, we were only in the bay.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. So you didn't even leave outside then?
no,
Outside the. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Is that what you're planning on doing Saturday?
yeah, unless the ocean's nice, then we'll go
Okay.
out. But
Okay.
yep. No, Derek David is another guy from Springfield. He goes crabbing quite a bit, he says, but mostly weekdays. So I probably haven't ever run into, I mean, I don't know that I've ever run into him actually, but he's been up on my live once. I haven't seen him in here yet, but so
Anybody in the chat here fish up in the Washington area? You know, Washington State. Well, if you do, I got a buddy by the name of the Piscatorian, and he fishes all over Washington. I was supposed to go up there just a few weekends ago, 2 weekends ago. We were going to do some squid fishing off the pier and then off his boat. I was super excited about that because I love calamari, but it did not work out. It was supposed to be crappy weather the entire weekend. So we canceled it. It was going to be a wind advisory and just miserable out there. Turns out none of that weather showed up. Turned out to be nice bluebird skies. Meteorologist got it wrong. Totally missed out on that weekend. So I'm disappointed. But anyway, check them out if any of you are up in the Washington area, the Piscatorian. Trying to see how I can leave a comment here.
you should be able to. Are you in the live
I
comment?
just went to the private chat. I just sent
No,
it.
you sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you can send it out.
Well, let me see if I can.
Should I do it on the YouTube part? Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I was in your other window, the StreamYard.
Yeah, I think you, if you watch the YouTube side, you should be able to share or like comment and everything on.
Yeah, I got you now. Okay.
Local Life is from South Carolina, he says.
All right. Whereabouts in South Carolina?
Mrs. Catfish Regulators, welcome in. Alabama, Auburn Fishermen's from Alabama.
There you go. There's my buddy's YouTube channel. Hopefully that link works. But hey, Local Life, where you at in South Carolina? I used to live back there a couple years. I lived there for a couple years, over a decade ago, though.
Where are you commenting? You need to be in the live chat to comment.
Where I just did.
In the live chat?
Yeah,
Or
I see Mrs. Catfish Regulators. I see Central Valley Adventures.
I don't see your comment. That's why I said that. Did you send it?
Mm-hmm. I did. Yeah, I see it.
You see it on your.
Mm-hmm. On the top chat. Here, I'll send another comment.
What in the world? I don't see any of those. Central Valley, welcome in. Auburn says he don't see it either.
I just said, "What's up,
there
Earl?"
it
You
is.
see that?
There it is. I see that one.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's weird.
Let me try it again.
You're trying to share whose link?
Oh, my buddy, the Piscatorian.
Okay, let me see if I can find him. I can share that out.
All right, so this is for Local Life Outdoors. Have you heard of the small town of Estill? Oh, look at that, Mrs. Catfish Regulator. She knows what's up.
It won't post a comment. Oh, that's true. That is true. So I will post this. There's the link for Eric the Fish Nerd's buddy. I tried to make you a mod, but I can't do that until I'm on YouTube. I tried to do it with my phone. I wonder if there's a way to do it.
That's all right. That's the only link that I was going to post, so
Yeah.
we're all good.
Okay.
So what else you got going on, Earl, besides crabbing? You going to be doing any freshwater fishing, any salmon, steelhead coming up here soon?
I don't know about any of those. We got to get on the Nutria again. I started that whole thing of trying to get 500 of them before April, and I didn't even hardly go hunting in November because I had to go back to Virginia for a funeral. So here's a question for you. Yeah, that took a whole week out and 2 weekends. So didn't get any of that done. And I was going to do it over Thanksgiving and ended up going up to Washington. So didn't get it done then either. So maybe over Christmas.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to be going out with you sometime too when
Right.
my schedule opens up, but I still got those nutria, those nutria
Yeah.
carcasses in my freezer to cook up. Still got to
Yeah.
make my catch and cook video, but maybe I should just go out hunting with you, get my own fresh ones.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. Welcome in,
Okay,
Calabar. Go ahead and
so I
answer
can
him.
I can answer BTW's aquatics question.
Yep.
Can everybody see that question?
Yeah. Now they
Okay.
can. It's up on the screen there.
Okay. So my facility is a flow-through facility, meaning all the water that comes in goes through the raceways with the fish and then back out. Whenever we have to clean the ponds, if we have to pressure wash them after the fish are out of there, or we got to clean them while the fish are in there to get the fish waste out, or any silt that is settled out, we divert that water to some settling ponds. And from there, the waste settles out, and then the clean water returns out to the river. And then every couple of years, we drain the water out of the settling ponds, leaving just the settled out waste. We allow it to dry up, and then we use a tractor, scoop it out, and we give it to a local farmer to use it as fertilizer in their fields. So that's how we handle the solid waste. As far as any of the other metabolic waste, there's so much dilution going on in the river that at this point it's not an issue with the fish in the actual raceways. The water quality parameters that we test on a regular basis are pH as well as dissolved oxygen. The oxygen in the McKenzie River tends to be anywhere from 10 to 12 parts per million, and it leaves just slightly below that. We just have so much flow going through these raceways that we're not getting any potential for oxygen limitation in there. As far as the pH goes, it's the same thing. It's just, again, flow through, so much fresh water going through that water quality is not really an issue. The only time that it can become an issue is when we're loading fish onto a fish truck. At that point, the fish are at a more dense rate of biomass in that truck, and so they tend to use up the oxygen. They're getting more stressed out because they've been pumped or netted onto the truck, and then they're crowded up in there and being transported anywhere from an hour to 4 or 6 hours away. So it's a really stressful process, and that it tends to speed up their metabolism, allowing them to use more of the oxygen. So we have compressed oxygen tanks as well as recirculators on the truck to keep the oxygen levels high. But in general, in our rearing environments, we really don't have those issues with the water quality parameters. Of course, in a home aquarium, you're working with a smaller quantity of water. It's a closed system. And because we're not doing recirculation aquaculture, we don't have those same challenges as a home aquarist would have. So there are recirculating aquaculture systems out there. A lot of private companies do that. To a lesser degree, there are government recirculating aquaculture systems out there, but that's not something that we do at my facility. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, you should check his channel out. He has a lot of shorts on his puffer fish and urchins and a couple other things. That's pretty cool.
Oh, right on. I love pufferfish. They're one of my favorite fish. I was just down in Cabo San Lucas a few months ago, and they were definitely my favorite fish to key in on when I was snorkeling down there.
Yeah.
They're super cute.
Hey, Joy and Big Matt both came in. Appreciate you stopping by. Is this for me or for Eric the Fish Nerd?
Yeah, you're welcome, BTW. I'm glad I answered your question, and yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh, that was for you, Eric.
Oh, Corbett? I don't even know where Corbett is, so I would have to say no, I'm not near Corbett. Is that in Oregon? I'm on the McKenzie River, so I'm outside Springfield.
Do you hear any of that feedback at all, Eric?
I don't hear anything.
Okay. I have my phone on over here just real quiet so I can tell mostly do it when I start up to see if the mic is working good, but Columbia River, she said.
Oh, okay. Nope. There's a few other hatcheries up that way.
Yeah, there's one at the Bonneville Dam, right?
Yeah, Bonneville, Cascade. I'm drawing a blank on the other one. But yeah, not me.
So, yeah, BTW is in the Sweet Home area. Yeah, Brian, you should go watch one of his videos. You'll see how close fire got to his place. Right here.
Yeah, so the fire burned right up to our property. It burned some of the residential fences on the hatchery houses, and it burnt up our well house at the facility here, so we didn't have domestic water for a few months. But by and large, firefighters were able to save the facility and save the houses. So it came on our property and it burned a few things up. But we were really lucky because so many people lost everything. So if you're in the Sweet Home area, you must be close to Roaring River Hatchery near Scio. And Roaring River Hatchery, that's a cool hatchery to go visit if anyone's over in the area there. They're the trout broodstock station for the Western region for ODFW. So a lot of big fish out there. Okay, right on BTW.
Hey, Creel Florida Fishing. Welcome in. Some of you mods can drop all these new people's links, please, so that we can go back and yeah, I'm like, oh, not him again. No, not.
So to answer local life outdoors, I don't remember where I fished. I was in that podunk little town called Estill. I was actually managing a 150-acre koi and goldfish farm, and everything that I was raising, we were sending it back live to England. So the parent company was actually an English company, and they bought an old catfish farm over in South Carolina specifically to raise koi and goldfish for the ornamental fish trade. So it's a very interesting and unique experience out there. I was in these 10-acre ponds seining up goldfish, and you'd be sitting on your butt pulling in a seine net. Next thing you know, you'd have this gator slide up right in between your legs, and you hightail it out there as fast as you can, or snapping turtle or puff adder. But anyway, it just seems like everything wants to eat you or kill you down there. But anyway, no, I don't recognize the Little Petey or the Big Petey River. I did a little bit of kayaking here and there. The only a little bit of fishing that I did, I can't remember the name. It's like over a decade ago, a couple decades ago, actually. I'm that old, but I caught alligator gar there and a few catfish, but the alligator gar were super cool. They were like 2.5, 3 feet long, and I wish I had some pictures that I kept from back then. But anyway, those were fun to catch. I was using mosquito fish from my ponds, my fish ponds, and I'd put them on the hook like live bait, cast them out there for the alligator gar. Man, they just snapped them up.
Any more questions for Eric the Fish Nerd from any of you guys? Like he said earlier, hey, Sunfish King, welcome in. I've taken him out with me in the ocean a couple times. About drowned him the first time, and the second time not so much, but neither time we did very good in fishing, but still fun being out there. Oh man, I still think about that foggy day. We were laughing at that other guy, and here we were a lot closer than we thought we were to doing the same thing. Whoops.
It sounds like you have quite the adventures out there on the ocean, Earl. We lost a few of your traps over on the beach
Yeah.
when we put them out there right by the surfers, and then when you took me and Al out, I remember when we were trying to get the boat back on the trailer, man, you nearly like rammed into some other boats or ended up on the boat ramp. Do you remember that? You ended up
Yeah.
having to you ended up
I
having to
wasn't
do a donut.
I wasn't gonna hit any of them, but yeah.
Well, it made
That,
me and Al real nervous. We did
yeah.
not know your skill. I mean, you're definitely skilled.
Brian kept a hold of that rope, and I wasn't expecting him to. Hey, Mark Larson, welcome in. Um, I didn't tell you about the last time we went out after salmon, though. I knew it was going to be a rough bar because the tide was ripping out real hard, and it was foggy, and I waited until daylight, which I shouldn't have. I probably should have, but it would have been a little better if we'd have gone out a little earlier. But that dredger was sitting out there in the mouth, kind of in the mouth, just in from the mouth, and I was following the charter out and another guy, and then when I get close to the jaws, that dredger starts turning around. So he's taking up 2/3 of the bay, and I'm watching him going around him and watching the other two boats. And next thing I know, there's a huge wave right in front of me. That thing hit about mid windshield, just slammed that boat. And I looked up and there was more coming. I said, hang on, guys. This is not good. We took two more to the windshield before we got through it. I was like, man, that scared me. That scared me bad. But you can't turn around at that point because the waves are way too close together. But let's see, there's a couple other people that just came in. I thought there was. First time fishing adventures. That's who it was. Welcome in. I think that's all I missed. Yeah, that was scary. But luckily we got through it and went out, found 4 salmon that morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I've been seeing you on social media, man. You've been killing on salmon when they were in.
Yeah. We'll go again next year. You book
sure.
your spot right away.
I got to do it at least once with you.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure it's the non-selective season, then we can just keep them all. But I don't know why they don't just let you keep the first 8 that you pull on board with 4 people. It wouldn't stress them out so bad. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just a fish farmer. I don't make policy, so I couldn't answer that.
Right. I'm just a fisherman. I don't make policies either. So
yeah, you just got to interpret the regulations and do the best you can out there.
Yeah. But did you see that red Irish lord that we caught? We caught 2 of them that one day out there. You know what those are?
Yeah. Did you post it on your Instagram?
I don't know if I did on Instagram. I did. All right. On the recap video of the summer, it was on there as a thumbnail, I believe. But it looks like a red cabezon. That's about exactly what it looks like. It's crazy looking fish. But
yeah, no, I don't remember. I'm looking it up right now. Your channel, actually.
It should be
used it as a thumbnail.
Yeah, I think it should be a thumbnail on one of the last 3 or 4 videos. I
Okay.
think. But
Were you fishing black rockfish at the time?
yeah, but we were on the North Reef, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the difference is, but I don't know
Yeah,
why
North.
they'd be there and not down where we were fishing.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Can you keep it?
I don't know. I thought it was a
Oh,
cabezon,
did you let
but
it go?
yeah, I let it go. Well, both of them.
Okay.
We caught 2 about that size, but yeah, I let them both go.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like there's that much meat on them. How big were they?
That one was only 14, probably 14 inches long.
Okay, yeah, it's mostly
So
head,
they're
not
built,
not a whole lot
yeah,
of body to it.
they're built just like a cabezon. I mean, they look very much alike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're all in the sculpin family, Cabezon and
Sunfish
Irish
King.
Lords.
Sunfish King, if you want to drop Avid's link, go ahead. You're a mod. Paul Landis says howdy to the robber and the nerd.
What's up, Landis?
You know him, right?
No, I
Paul
don't.
Landis. Paul Landis, he was out with us.
Oh, okay. Oh, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Okay,
The
all
other
right.
Paul.
Well, I didn't know his last name, so
Yeah,
forgive me on
yeah,
that.
yeah. No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep. He was
Local
one of
life.
them out there. Hey, Jody, appreciate that. I don't know how many people you'll gain from this, but I always think it helps when they get a face for the channel and a little bit of knowledge about you, and then they follow a little closer, seems like.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I appreciate the love, and I'm definitely gonna check out all these other channels here. I just gotta have to go through after the fact and link up,
Yeah.
check out the links. But yeah, this is cool. Like, this is my first live format. I kind of like it. I think maybe next time I need to prepare some more material. We can talk about specific topics, get some props involved too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't usually even have a necessarily a topic to go by. I know it helps when you do, but I've been working so hard the last few, well, busy like everyone else. And yeah, it's just, I let the guys in the chat ask the questions and I try to answer them the best I can. And it works. Probably not the best.
You've been working up my way here lately.
I think that last one where I was through the Lieberg hatchery was the last one I did up there, I think.
How long ago was that?
2-3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, probably.
All right. So I saw a rig kind of like yours that folded the metal and everything. It went through, I think it was last week. And I was wondering if that was you or another company.
Was it the silver pickup?
I don't remember now.
I
recognize
if it was our
the equipment.
Well, yeah. Huh. I mean, I was gone for a whole week, so maybe they did do one up there.
Did you have to drive through the hatchery, like through the ponds and everything to get to it?
I did the one day. I did that one new house back in there behind there.
Okay.
Right along the river, the one that you can see from the pizza, Ike's Pizza or whatever. You can see across the lake or river.
Okay.
To the house over there.
Right. Okay. No plans to come out this way though anytime soon.
I don't know. I don't really keep up with where I'm going to be going. They were almost ready to send me to Lakeview tomorrow. But that one fell through, which I didn't care. That's 4.5 hour drive. I'm not really into driving all that way and rolling a job and driving all the way back, but
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, I
still
was
gonna
thinking,
do it sometime.
do you ever take your boat out to freshwater?
I haven't, but I would. I mean,
I was
like
thinking, why
where?
don't we hit up some, I don't know, anywhere. Let's head up some kokanee lakes, like Green Peter.
One of my buddies goes up to Odell all the time. I would about just as soon get in with him, or not get maybe not get in his boat, but take mine up there with him
Hmm.
because. So you went up to Odell with a guide last summer, right?
Yeah,
Or
this
this
summer.
past summer?
Hmm. Right,
Yeah,
this past one. Right.
and he was up there this fall, and he outfished every guide that was up there. Bad enough that he wouldn't even tell them when their clients were around how many he caught because he felt so bad about it. But he got 150 some kokanee out of there in a week.
Wow.
I mean, he knows the game up in that lake. So I would almost as soon just go up there with follow him around or something.
Yeah, let's do it.
We could easy do that sometime.
Yeah, yeah, I'd definitely be down for that. I mean, I showed you in the video exactly how the guy did it. We didn't have a very productive day at
Right.
all. You know, we
Right.
only got a couple kokanee and a couple of lake trout. Like, it was a horrible day. Spent a lot of money on a guide and, didn't get much out of it. But I mean, that's how it goes sometimes. But we learned the techniques on how to catch them out there, or presumably how to catch them.
Right.
So yeah, I think it'd be worth doing. I mean, catch those big old lake trout. That's fun. There's big fish
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah. BTW said he'd go with us to Green Peter. He's only 10 minutes from it.
Right on. Yeah, let's do it. Kokanee trout.
One of these winter months, I'm planning on putting a hard top on my boat. So that's going to take a few weeks, I think. And I'm not sure when I'm going to get started on that, but take that canvas off and make it more permanent.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You up for some ice fishing this winter?
Up on Diamond?
Yeah.
Or you go on Saturdays or you go during the week?
It would be Saturdays. I mean, I work during the week.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with you. I know Brian, the young guy that went with us last time, you remember?
Yep.
I know he'd be into going because they used to fish Diamond all the time. I know he'd be into that.
Mm-hmm.
He watched your last video and he was like, yeah, he always thought about doing that, never did it, and he'd love to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
Yeah,
we could get a carload.
I got the auger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we didn't really know what we were doing. We just went up there and I bought an auger and a couple of ice rods, and
you guys killed them.
We slammed them. Yeah, everybody else out there, they weren't catching crap. Like, they were all using power bait. They had tip ups with multiple rods.
Yeah.
And me and my brother-in-law, we rolled up with jigs, and we were like, okay, well, we don't have tip ups. We don't think we're going to do very good. We just set up in a random spot kind of away from everybody else. And man, we nailed them. Nobody else caught anything. So we got lucky.
Beginner's luck.
Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, the second time we do it, when we go this winter, hopefully it'll prove it's not beginner's luck. It's a little bit of skill.
Did you mark it? Did you mark this spot on Google Maps?
No, I marked it right here.
Yeah,
it's right here.
No, Brian knows that lake pretty well. The bottom, I mean, like where the shelf and everything is there, and he thought that you were about right where you should have been by just looking at your background. He thought you were pretty close to where you should have been. Mm-hmm. So maybe you hit that spot just without knowing it. But
Yeah, I'd really love to catch one of those brown trout or tiger trout, especially the tiger trout though. That's a bucket list fish for me.
Yeah.
But haven't caught anything but rainbows in there so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of these guys that are in here, I don't know, there's 15 people in here. I've seen quite a few of them say they got you. Hook set is the um, code word for getting your channel
Okay.
because a lot of, I don't know if it's fact or not, but they say that YouTube doesn't like that word in the chat. So
Like what word?
the
Subscribed?
yeah, that one. But I don't know. I don't know if that's a fact or not. Some people say it's a fact, and some people say there's nothing to it. So
Okay.
but when they say they hook set, that just means they got you.
Okay.
So,
I kind of figured, but yeah, good to know.
yep.
Appreciate that.
I think actually Sunfish King that's in here came up with that term. I'm not positive on that, but I think that's right.
Where's Sunfish King from? I'm gonna guess Florida.
Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah, when we were coming back from Virginia, we were probably within about 30 minutes of where he was fishing. And I didn't have time to stop and see him, but
Oh, that's too bad.
he was in Kansas City, and we came through on State Route 36 just north of Kansas City. So depends where he was in Kansas City. But
You know those bass ponds you've been fishing, Earl? You get any sunfish in them?
the ones down in Veneta, or where?
Whichever ones you've been fishing, you were fishing bass.
Well, that was the creek.
Right. Okay. By your house, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that there's any sunfish in there. I would love to go find a bunch of sunfish and just have action like crazy. Sunfish are fun.
So I heard that 10 Mile Lake down on the coast, by Coos Bay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's supposed to be really good for crappie and bluegill, especially during the spawning season.
Uh-huh.
And then there's yellow perch there. That's what I
Yeah.
did my video on, was the yellow perch, but that might be worth checking out in the springtime. In fact,
Yeah.
that might be a good place to take your boat. We can do some bass fishing. They do bass fishing tournaments out there, so it's got to be
At
good bass
10 Mile?
fishing.
At
10
10
Mile
Mile?
Lake, yep.
Yep. Another one we could try is Triangle Lake. That's supposed to be decent bass fishing too, and Kokanee.
Okay, that's a lot closer to me.
And it's also not very deep, or not. There's only one channel that runs across it, and there's not very many people out there.
Yeah, it's a pretty small lake.
Yeah.
The nice thing about 10 Mile, it's got all those fingers on it. Like there's tons of area to go.
Yeah.
A lot of shoreline to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we just got to find the time, all these plans we're making.
Yeah, exactly.
Hurry up and hit the lottery so you can help us retire.
Well, since we're both above 1,000 now, we got that little thing that we can put on for PayPal or whatever, but I don't even have mine activated.
Oh yeah, I'm rolling in $30 right now. Want to go get a hamburger together?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, Sunfish. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, later on. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. He was catching that day I was driving through Missouri. He was catching one trout right after another out of Sumfer Lake over there. He was catching a lot of weed too, but
yeah, I really need to get into some warm water fishing more. I haven't done that in a long time, not since living in California. So I've just mostly been focusing on trout here. To a smaller degree, salmon, steelhead, and whatever little bit of ocean fishing I've done with you, but I have not I have not done well for bass or other warm water species. Never really even thought about Oregon as a warm water species location, but man, there's people out there that know where the donkeys are. Big
Yeah,
old bass.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, I didn't even know Oregon had bass for a long time. Of course, I was. I was into bass fishing when I lived in Virginia. I bass fished a lot, but come out here and it's a new place and don't know where anything is. And
Hmm.
I wasn't really looking at that point. I was just working and doing my thing. And then mostly crabbing at that point. And then I've been getting into more of the freshwater fishing around here. Fishing isn't near as good around here as it was back in Virginia as far as bass, but it's still
Did you
fun catching dinks.
did you do saltwater fishing in Virginia?
I
Were you on the
never have.
coast?
Well, I can't say I never have. I went to visit a friend in Delaware and we rented a little teeny boat and went out in the Chesapeake Bay and caught a bunch of croakers. Uh, I guess you know what those are. That's, I think they're kind of like a little perch of some kind.
Hmm.
But we caught a bunch of them. But that's the only saltwater fishing I ever did in Virginia, which is kind of dumb because we were about as close to the ocean there as we are here.
So, how long you been here in Oregon?
I moved out in 2000 and was here until 2003. And all right, kick that guy out. Spammers. Um, got married in 2003 and moved to Ohio for 6 years and then moved back. So I've been back since 2009, 2010, something like that.
Okay, so how long you been running your boat now in the ocean?
Just 2 years, maybe
Okay,
three, maybe
okay.
three. It's pretty new.
So
Yeah, I
what?
only had my new boat out there 1 year now. I got it last fall about this time. And the old boat, I had only been out a year and a half, maybe with that one. So, yeah.
So when you moved out here and you're like, you didn't have any saltwater fishing experience, you're just like, let me get a boat and I'm gonna go out in the ocean and see what's up.
Not quite, but almost. King Slough. You know who I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
King Slough is a guy that goes out by himself in a little 18-foot Hughes craft that he modified himself. Um, he goes out every year by himself and bottom fishes, salmon fishes, crabs, whatever. Sometimes he takes his wife with him. Sometimes he takes his dog with him. He's the one. I don't know if you heard me say something about him wanting to go frog gigging.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he's hit me up for that, but I haven't done it. I haven't found a place, and he never came back never came back to actually do it, contacted me to actually do it. I've been looking for places where bullfrogs are, and I can't find any infested places. There's a few of them around, but barely worth going hunting for. But anyway,
I mean, that's a good thing though.
Yeah, I'd been watching his videos some, and I knew where he always fishes the North Reef. And I'm like, well, my boat's just about as big as his is. That was my old boat. And he's not gone that far out there. I'm like, I could do that. So I tried it a couple times, and of course, you don't catch anything the first few times till you get your fish finder figured out and all that good stuff. But then once we started catching them, I, well, went out on a charter and dropped a pin or two, where they
All right.
where they stopped,
That's the
where
way
the
to do
good
it.
spots were. So hand me down outdoors, welcome in. So yeah, I had that, and then I just started exploring more and more places where you see boats sitting out there. We go out there, talk to people that go out there all the time, and they give you coordinates as to where to go and all that good stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm just surprised, considering how long you've been having your boat out here, that you haven't done much in freshwater.
I would rather. I don't like rivers much, and
Well, I mean all the all the lakes and reservoirs around.
yeah, there's another thing with lakes too. Green Peter and um,
Foster.
Foster included.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of drunks on those lakes, and I
Oh, really?
don't like drunks. So
Okay.
I would rather deal with the people that go to the coast. I mean, there's some people out there that don't know much what they're doing either, but at least they're not drunk most of the time, because the ocean and drunks don't get along very well. So anyway.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's do some more freshwater fishing then with your boat. Take it out. See what I can
Yeah,
do.
we can do that. We can do
Different
that.
species.
No problem.
Yeah.
So just I'll wait to hear from you, and we'll you figure out where to go and when to go, and we'll go.
All right. Well, Odell, you'll have to ask your buddy there
Yeah.
about it, but that'll be springtime.
Okay.
Ice fishing, obviously not with your boat, but
Right.
I went in March.
Yeah.
I went kind of late in the season, but I also wanted a nice like bluebird day,
Right.
so it wasn't going to be storming or anything like that. So I think that'll be the sort of thing where we're just looking for decent weather in the
Yeah.
wintertime, and then it'll just be like, hey, let's go. We got a good Saturday. Let's go.
And that's fine with me too. So
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Foster, Green Peter, that's whenever, at least for trout.
right.
I guess kokanee though would be springtime, spring or summer, something like that.
Yeah.
And Triangle 10 Mile, we could hit that up in, I don't know, April. Is that the spawn for bass around here?
I have
May?
no idea. I don't know when the spawn is for bass. I've only bass fished. I think this summer is the first I bass fished in Oregon. Maybe last summer. A little
just
bit.
in your creek right there, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did that one. There's a guy I know that down there in Veneta that has, I think they have nine ponds on their place or something like that, and I can go fish them whenever I want. But that's a little ways to go. No, it's not for if you go a whole Saturday. It's not. But yeah.
Can you bring a guest?
I did the first time I went. I usually call him to see. I mean, I've only been down there once, but yeah, I'll hit him up and see if I know he won't care if you go along.
Yeah, let's do it. Springtime.
Yeah. Get some of those. I want to explore a couple more of those ponds down there. The one I fished in, they were only that big. They weren't very big. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Creole, Florida Living is asking where I fish. Mostly here on the McKenzie River here in Oregon. Other water bodies around too. Alton Baker in Eugene. Go out in the ocean with Earl. Shooting any of the river systems around for steelhead and salmon, but I haven't been super productive with those. I've been learning that still, like the Siuslaw, Alsea, rivers like that. So yeah, just kind of keep it local.
Eric, another place that you fish and that we really need to hit hard next year is Umpqua for
Yes, that's
shad
another one. Yep.
and smallmouth.
Mhm.
I wish we lived closer to that river. I'd be fishing that river every day.
That's true. I totally forgot about that. That's definitely one of my favorite fisheries.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's nice because it's warm water too. So you could just
Right.
wade around in the water in your shorts and like
Yeah.
sandals and catch those fish in the springtime. I killed them in the spring, man. I caught so many smallmouth bass.
Yeah.
And then of course the shad too, absolutely annihilated them. But you need a
I
boat.
got
You need a drift boat or something to get across.
I got a kayak now, so
Yeah,
got a
didn't you try to
kayak.
go across in a canoe or something?
Yeah, that didn't work out so well. We
Did you
turned
get it
right
on
around.
video?
No, turned around
Oh,
and went back pretty quick, but
that would have been a
I
good
didn't even
video.
get out into the. Well, the problem is you might be able to get across in a canoe until you hit one of those rocks. Anytime you touch a rock, it's so shallow.
Yeah,
Anytime you touch a rock, you're going. It's gonna the momentum that you have is gonna throw you overboard.
right.
So yeah, that didn't work out so well.
Yeah,
But
for me, if I don't have a drift boat available, I'd probably just take my paddleboard and get across. Pretty easy crossing.
yeah.
Oh, I see Local Life Outdoors spells his name incorrectly.
I have a nephew that does too, if that's incorrectly.
Yeah. If it's not with the K, it's incorrect. No, that's the more common spelling, and that's why everyone always misspells my name. But
Yeah.
that's all right. But anyway, yeah, we oughta hit up those shad again.
And I actually went and got an ultralight rod. Well, I already had it, but I got a new reel for it and got it spooled up with I think 8 pound test. So I'm definitely ready for the shad next year.
Okay. I mean, I just use my trout rig, and one of my rods has 6 pound, one has 8 pounds. So as long as you got something like that, you should be good.
I wanted the ultralight though, so I can actually feel them fight good.
Yeah, I mean that's true. They fight really hard anyway, especially
I
in
know
the river
they
current
do.
too.
I
Yeah.
know, but you get them on that ultralight yet, and that's going to be. It might take you 5 minutes to get one in, but at least it'll be a fun fight.
So what brand did you get? Did you get Barbie or SpongeBob?
For what?
Your ultralight rod.
No, I already had it, but I just got a
Okay.
new reel.
Okay, SpongeBob reel. Gotcha.
Not sure which one it was.
So, did you catch any shad this last year?
A couple. I didn't get very many, but
Okay.
I
Because you had to
got
stay on the other side of the river, right?
yeah, I got 4, 5, 6 of them. I don't know, but
Okay.
that was several trips. So
Oh,
yeah, it
shoot.
wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
But the one time I did a delivery in North Bend or something, and then on the way I just grabbed the rods and went out and did the delivery, and then it was after work on the way back. I just stopped in and tried for them there, so it wasn't a special trip down there just for that.
Yeah. You ought to put an inflatable kayak or canoe in your rig. That way you could get across.
That would be awesome. Actually,
Inflatable would make it there, no problem. You hit a
yeah,
rock.
yeah.
So, hey, I heard that hole right there has a sturgeon living in it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you put it
That's
there?
no, but I think that would be pretty cool to check out.
My neighbor man, just across the creek from me here, used to fish for sturgeon up in the Willamette,
Mm-hmm.
and he would take me up there and go sturgeon fishing sometimes, show me how to do it.
Yeah, out of a boat.
Yeah, he on my boat.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, why don't we go take your boat up there and go fish for sturgeon?
Yeah, I'll hit you up if we ever did. He's I took him out on the ocean here a while back, but he's early morning guy. He has MS, so the later in the day it gets, the worse off he is as far as balance and tiredness and stuff. So earlier in the morning it is, the better for him.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, he doesn't he used to fish all the time, and he still does. He fishes the creek back here all the time. but he catches some pretty nice bass back here in the woods.
Okay.
But
The sturgeon, were you guys going out of Portland on the Willamette?
yeah, that's where I never went, but he went. He's been up there a few times, but the last one or one of the last ones he caught, he pulled it up 13 times. The thing went, it was on a salmon rod. Pulled it up 13 times before he got it in the boat.
Okay.
So
Nice. So you haven't been sturgeon fishing?
I have not, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to get you out there.
Yeah. No, I would love to get into more stuff, but um, I don't know. I think right now, and it's crazy that I would even say this, but because I am not a salmon fisherman, at least not on the rivers. I do not like salmon fishing on the rivers. I've done it enough to know that most of the time I didn't go home with a fish. Even if I caught one, I didn't go home with it because it probably had a fin or something like that. But out on the ocean, it doesn't matter if it has a fin or not. You're going to catch another one in 10 minutes anyway. That was a party and a half.
Yeah, I hear you with that. I've spent many days out on the river, especially in the cold and the drizzly rain, and going home empty-handed. But yeah. Well, I mean, when they're in and you're catching them, it's a good day. You know, you catch a lot of them. It just, I haven't had one of those days yet. So
yeah. Well, and my boss does. I mean, he does great on the river, but he's been doing it for 10 years now at least. And I mean, so you know where the holes are, where they're going to bite, and, you know, all that stuff. He's got the game figured out, but I don't want to put that much time into it.
Yeah, especially if you could just jump on your boat and go catch some fish and crab pretty easy.
Exactly. I'm all for numbers. You ought to know that. Yeah, right.
No, I respect that.
When you go with me, we sure haven't gotten any numbers. But hey, one of these days, you go with me enough, and we'll hit one of those days where they're biting, and we have to throw back sea bass to get the limited lingcod.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we went out, it wasn't a matter of no fish. It was just really windy. That drift was insane.
I know.
It was the drift. It had nothing to do with no biting, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we still managed a couple fish even with that drift.
Yeah. And well, the first 5 minutes was good.
Right. Yeah.
What did we get? 5 fish in the first 10 minutes at least, something like that.
I thought it was only like 2 or 3 fish, but yeah, it was.
Maybe
it was pretty quick.
Did we get a couple more later then? What, like way late when we were about ready to go back in? I can't remember.
Oh, that's when we were fishing in the harbor then, right? We were crabbing in the harbor.
Yeah, we were crabbing in there.
I think we were just done fishing.
We stopped at that one place on the way back in and tried. And I think we got 1 or 2 there.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
We have to rewatch my video.
Yeah.
So, hey, I got a question for you because I got to bounce.
Okay.
So all these links to all these other YouTube channels here, after I leave this chat, can I come back to this, to your YouTube video listing, and I'll be able to see all those links?
Yes. If you go into this particular video and then click on the live chat and go partway through, that chat from that section will pop up. And then you go a little further through and another section will pop up. You'll be able to find them all.
Okay,
or if you just watch it all back, and then you can click on them too. But that's a lot of watching for that. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to watch myself for another hour and a half. I do enough of that with my video editing. How many times you got to watch yourself, you know, when you video edit? Jeez.
Well, I don't edit mine near as much as you do yours, but I just throw
Yeah.
them together and go on with life. But you're a professional, so that's why that's
Well, I'm
why
not
you
gonna.
have all your watch hours and I don't have mine.
I do what I can, but
Yeah.
always learning new things. Anyway, I appreciate you having me out here tonight, Earl.
Yep. Not a
When I
problem. I'm glad it worked for you.
Yeah, I definitely would like to do it again. Get some more interesting commentary here. If I got anything interesting coming up at the hatchery, that I can share with everybody.
Yep.
Oh, there you
And
go. Local Life Outdoors has a suggestion: screenshot from his phone. That's a great idea. I'll definitely be doing that.
yep. Creel Fisherman said he's his biggest fan. He watches
Geez, I can't.
himself more than anyone
You're
else.
right. I can't even say that about me. I am not my biggest fan. I do not watch my videos. Once I post them, that's it. I forget about them. Although I must say there are a couple videos I really love watching over again and reliving those memories, and that's part of the importance and passion I have for this is being able to relive those memories.
Yeah, exactly. Um, one interesting story yet before you go.
Okay.
We were back in Virginia for a funeral, family funeral, and my great nephew that I've never seen since he was old enough to talk. His dad was holding him. I walked up there and was talking to his dad, and he looks at me and he goes, "Uncle Earl." He recognized me from my videos. So when my nephew's from Colorado, you remember that video? Maybe you didn't watch that one, but they
I
came
don't
out here
remember.
fishing with me,
Okay.
and his dad was one of them. So he watches that video all the time.
Oh,
The
nice.
the little guy does.
Okay.
Anyway, so he
Nice.
recognized me from that video. I thought that
Right
was
on.
kind of interesting.
Hey, do you get recognized at the dock when you're launching your boat?
I did for the first time the last time I was out. I was putting the boat in, and a guy comes up and he goes, "Love your videos. Keep up the good work." And I'm like, "No, okay, yeah, well, thanks." Yeah, I had never seen him before out there that I know of, but I think they usually go for during the week, and that was during the week. So
Mhm.
they were from Gresham, I believe.
Yeah, it's a good feeling to be recognized, but it always throws me off because I'm not used to it. And so when
Right.
someone says something like, "Hey, I love your videos," I like, and then you're like caught like a deer in the headlights, and you're like, "I don't know how to respond." I
Yeah.
swear I'm a normal human being, but right now I don't know how to respond.
Yeah. I ended up he was going out the same time we were, and he came back about the same time we did. So I stood there in the parking lot and talked to him for a while.
Okay.
It's actually pretty interesting. So
Okay. And hopefully you had a smooth like trailer, getting your boat on the trailer. Nothing,
oh
no
yeah,
mishaps for him to
it was no
for
no
him to watch.
we were the only two guys out there about. I mean, there was
Okay.
hardly anyone out there. But anyway.
Right on. Cool. Thanks, Earl. Well, I'm going to bounce. Have a good evening. Thank you, everybody. It was nice to meet everyone. I can't wait to check out all your channels. And yeah, we'll do it again sometime.
You bet.
All right. Later on,
Any
man.
any Monday night, feel free to jump on here when I'm live and let me know, and I might drop the link for you, and you can come up, whatever. So,
Right on, man. All right.
all right, appreciate you coming
Later.
up. Have a
Bye.
good one. All right. Anyone else want to come up? Or are you tired of listening to me ramble on forever? Auburn Fisherman says he can come up. All right, here, let's that's not the one. That is a link to Eric the Fish Nerd's friend up in Washington. Pick him up if you haven't. Um, here, here's the link. for anyone else to come up, and 2 of you can come up. That's fine. Just make sure you keep the language good, family friendly. Try to keep this channel clean. There's Mr. Auburn. Welcome.
What is up?
Not a whole lot.
Same here, just staying busy with school and everything.
Do you have your YouTube browser muted?
Yes, it is muted.
All right. I thought there for a minute I was just about ready to, or I thought it was just about to start echoing, but it didn't then. I thought Creel was coming up. I don't see him though. So you are from where?
From Alabama.
Alabama, that's right. You said that earlier. So do you
Auburn,
do a lot of
Alabama.
fishing?
I do fishing when I can. I've been busy with school right
Oh,
now,
yeah.
so I haven't had a lot of free time, but I'm hopefully going to get some content out over the Christmas break or whatever.
There you
So,
go. I'm hoping to do a lot of nutria hunting over that time.
gotcha.
And maybe some other stuff too, but yep. And maybe it'll be too cold over Christmas time to even do nutria hunting, but it doesn't
Right.
usually get real cold around here.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all have nutria there in Alabama?
I honestly don't even 100% know. So
You don't even know what they are?
I don't know. I've heard of them before, but I honestly don't 100% know what they are.
Yeah. They look like a beaver with a rat tail, basically.
Okay.
And
That's what I was
they
thinking.
have beaver teeth, but the teeth are yellow. And I think a beaver's teeth are white more so. But yeah, they are ugly looking creatures. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Creel, you can still come up if you want. We can have 3 people up. That's fine.
I believe we do have those here. I believe we call them a muskrat.
No, they look just like a muskrat.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That
Well,
must
you
be
got
it looks.
to mute your YouTube side. It's going to echo again. Not you, Auburn, but Creel.
Okay.
You got it?
All right. Yep.
You're froze, but I can hear you.
Where'd that go?
You're gone. I mean, I can hear you, but you're froze. Your face is just froze right there.
I'm coming back.
Oh.
Woo.
I got 2 Creels up here.
Be right back.
There you are.
Wait,
Nope.
oh,
There. Nope. It's still echoing.
I ain't got nothing on.
It's still echoing.
I'll be back. Hang on a minute.
All right. I can't remove him if he's still in the basement there. Let's see, I got that one. That old scammer is still trying to post stuff.
He's still here?
Yeah, he's still around. or at least I see him on the YouTube side. I don't see him on the StreamYard side, but what I was saying is those things look exactly like muskrats, but they're a lot bigger.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, because I know we definitely have muskrats here. I don't think we have those.
Yeah.
I got you.
I wonder if I kick him from studio, if he will be able to get back in. Oh,
I
he
think
left
so.
now. Okay, he left. So he'll be back in, I guess.
Yeah.
So do you have content on your channel now?
I do. I have let's see. I got let's see how many videos I got. I think I have like I think I have like 25 videos or something right now.
Okay.
Maybe more. Everything from
Well,
fishing to nature to random stuff. So
Yeah. How long you been doing it?
since the beginning of September.
Okay. Well, that ain't bad then.
Mm-mm.
I had a channel since I think 2011, but I never really started posting anything except random stuff
Right.
until I think about a year and a half ago, probably something like that. So
Yeah. Okay.
Creel's been up here before, and he had that problem the first time, and then the second time everything worked just fine. So
Interesting.
he's still new at the live thing, so he's still got to figure it out.
Right. I'll probably start going live some once I hit like 100 subscribers or something. So
You can do it after you hit 50, right?
yeah, I think so. I was just waiting just a little bit,
Yeah.
but
So you get a few more people. Actually, lives will help you get people. I mean, that's
that's
an
true.
easy way to get people, but
Yeah.
and it also helps if it helps to let people learn to know you, see your
Right.
face, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
So how was your Thanksgiving?
It
Get
was
yourself
pretty good.
stuff?
Went back home, back home, and then stayed there for a week. So had a good time just relaxing and everything. So
Yeah.
probably ate more than I was supposed to, but who doesn't on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
So
I was gonna stay home, then ended up going up to Washington.
there he is.
You got it working now, or what?
I think so, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might.
We good?
I think
Think we're
so.
good.
Okay. That's whatever, man. We got some. We got internet all over the house. I got TVs everywhere.
Well, I don't
Computers.
know. I don't know what that was. It was coming up like that. I don't want that. I want. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, but whatever. It's good now, though.
Yeah.
All
So you've
right.
been catching good stuff down there? Trevor
Who you talking
Fillmore. Welcome in. Never seen him before. Write
Who's
his
that?
channel down. Trevor Fillmore.
Oh, okay. Auburn? Auburn, you for Auburn?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh goodness. That was a good game, man, wasn't it?
It was. I agree. I figured. I was expecting Alabama to win anyways, but I didn't think it would be that close.
That was I didn't see it, but I heard about it and I watched some highlights and that. Hey, don't worry. Georgia fit to take care of Alabama.
Yeah.
We fit to take care of Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wish Auburn had them. Man, I wish they had them.
Me too. It was close though. It was very close.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
That was what, 4 4-time overtime. They went
Yeah.
to 4.
It was 4 overtimes, yes, sir.
Wow, that's a game, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
New Brunswick, Canada.
Oh wow.
That's a little ways away from here. I'm from Oregon.
Yeah, that's a long ways away from me.
Auburn Fisherman is from Alabama.
He
And
like
Creel,
2,000 miles from me.
Creel,
Yeah.
Florida fishing. We're not sure where he's from.
Yeah, no clue where he's from.
No clue where he's from.
Somewhere in Florida, floating around.
Oh yeah. He got blown in from one of the hurricanes down there.
You funny, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm kind of dark. Like, hey, let me see if I can get some light.
Can you see the chat, Auburn?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it in the StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
And
All right.
Oh, we got the light now.
There you go. You can actually see who you are now.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm South Georgia, man. I moved to Florida. I'm smart. I just don't sound smart. But that's up here. I got that South Georgia draw. So whatever.
Yeah.
You hear about the Southern people. Oh, yeah, them Southern people. Well, I'm one of them Southern people.
yeah.
Now I'm hot because I just
So what else?
unplugged my fan.
So what else y'all got going on for the rest of the year for videos and stuff, or don't really have plans?
I'm going to Tennessee in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to try and film some content while I'm up there. Maybe not fishing related, but like filming some wildlife and just the Great Smoky Mountains and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool. Gatlinburg, that area.
Yes, sir. Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area.
Yeah.
Pigeon. Yeah, I've been up there. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and then we're going to Myrtle Beach.
Yep,
and
that's
we're going to
South
Myrtle
Carolina,
Beach.
right?
We're going to Myrtle Beach in May, so I'll probably film some content while I'm down there. So it'll be pretty good.
That's all.
You gonna do some surf fishing while you're out there?
Yes, sir. Every time I'm on the coast, I'm going to be doing surf fishing. We normally go down to Orange Beach, Gulf Shores area, but we decided to switch it up this year and go to Myrtle Beach. So,
where you actually live? Where are you from? Alabama.
Alabama. I'm originally from Prattville area in Alabama, but I moved to Auburn for college. So
okay, is Auburn? I'm not really sure, but are you close to Gulf Shores or?
So I'm about 3 hours from 3.5 hours from Gulf Shores probably.
Okay.
So it's pretty close. Where Auburn is, I'm 45 minutes from the Georgia line. So
okay.
From the Georgia state line. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Hey, my since I moved to Florida, my main go-to was Eufaula, Alabama.
I got you. Yeah, I know some people from Eufaula.
Yep. I used to go there all the time. I grew up going there.
Gotcha.
Boy Scout, all that stuff.
Yep. I was a Boy Scout there for a little while.
Yep. Eufaula, Alabama. Besides where I go now, that's my second. I want my ashes spread on a little tablet, but Eufaula, Alabama is my second spot. I love that place.
Yeah.
Cotton Hill.
I've been to Eufaula, I think, once.
You heard of Cotton Hill? That's the same in that
area.
You. Yep. That's an awesome place. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Small town too. Yeah.
I was planning on going back to hunt whitetail in Virginia, but over Christmas time. But I ain't doing that anymore. I was just back there, so
Yeah.
that was a rush trip. So I was gonna go back there and actually have some time to hunt. Nah, I think I'll just stay home. That's a long drive.
Yeah, that's a long drive. That's like literally all the way across the United States.
Yeah. 3 days.
You way over there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longest drive I've ever taken is we went to. So when I was younger, we had some military friends out in Colorado, and we drove to Colorado. That was a 24-hour drive. And then this past July, we drove to Utah. We drove to Utah in 2 days. It was a 30-hour trip, so we pushed it, but we made it in 2 days. But it was pretty nice to drive, just seeing all the landscape and everything. So,
What part of Utah?
Ogden,
Oh yeah, that's about 12 hours from us.
yeah, North Ogden, kind of.
Yeah. So you would have been, I don't even know if that's 12 hours. Yeah, about 12 hours from us. So you could have traveled one more day and been out here.
Yeah.
Or come to Florida.
next time.
Hey, or come to Florida.
Hey, I'm close to Florida. What part of Florida are you in, Creel?
Jacksonville.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I think farthest I've ever.
Saltwater born. Welcome in.
Yeah.
We're just in here chit-chatting about anything and everything. So glad you stopped in.
What part of the world's better?
Yeah. Right.
It sounds like all of us better. It just depends on where you at, I guess.
Yeah.
I've been in 48 states, and they all have their own beauty.
Yep.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
No doubt.
Florida's beauty is the big mosquitoes.
Yeah. That and we got a lot of nuts down here.
Yeah,
And I mean by people.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I bet you don't have as many as out here. I mean, they legalized weed out here now, so
Yeah.
I mean, hey, weed helps folks.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't believe that.
Portland, hey, I guess Portland, Oregon that's got to be a bad place.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with the weed, but come on, man. Don't be knocking on my door. I don't even know who you are. Don't knock on my door.
He says, "Did any of you get deer yet? I usually have moose in the freezer, but we didn't get a tag this year. Got 7-point buck, 185 pounds 3 weeks ago."
I haven't killed anything this year. I was planning to go these past couple of weekends, but never did. I'm planning to go some in a couple of weeks though, so hopefully I'll get something.
I'm not even going to go deer hunting this year. But over Thanksgiving or Friday and Saturday, I killed 2 pigs for my brother-in-law and one of his friends. So 325 pounds of meat in the freezer over the weekend. So
oh, I love some wild hog. I love wild pigs, man. That's some good.
it wasn't wild pigs. That was tame pigs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we used to do the wild pigs, wild boars, and man, I paid $20-$30. Dude, kill them for me, quarter them up, and we throw them on the grill every weekend. And you just had to pick the hair out your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we don't. There's wild pigs in Northern California. I think that's the closest we got them around here. But no, he found a guy on Craigslist 2 years ago. About 45 minutes from his house, they raise pigs and cows for locker meat, whatever. So he got a sow 2 years ago that wouldn't breed back, and it was about probably a 400 pounder. and we butchered that in 2 years ago. And then he called him again this year, and he had one sow to get rid of, about a 6 or 7 year old sow that was 600 pounds. So we did that one, and then he got about a 200 pounder from another guy. So
That's good eating.
yeah, whole hog sausage, man. Throw it all in there. But yeah, I didn't think it went too bad. We killed them on Friday, got them hanging overnight, and it got down to almost freezing overnight. So just perfect for butchering weather. And then Saturday we got started cutting them about 8:30, and it was all deboned by noon and ground the first time, and got the seasonings mixed in, ground it the second time. It took till probably around 5 o'clock till we got it all actually in the bags and in the freezer. But it just, that whole process of stuffing the bags takes a while. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You like catching fish and all that. That's
yeah.
time consuming.
Yep.
I used to hunt until I moved to Florida. That's all I did was hunt and
Yeah.
fish a little bit. But now I'm in Florida, and I don't hunt. I don't.
Yeah.
I got guns back there. I got 30-06, 16 gauge, 12 gauge, double barrel, all that. But I don't even use it. That shit ain't. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cuss on your channel, but that stuff has not been used in I don't know, 10, 12 years, man. But
You could probably send it out here, and I wouldn't complain too much.
yeah. I'm thinking about. I'm honestly thinking about keeping them 1 or 2, but maybe selling my stuff to get better fishing equipment. Because that's what I do now. So
Yeah.
I don't hunt no more. I don't.
I saw something on Instagram today that just cracked me up. You know how social media, you can't post anything like that, So a guy had a picture of a Mountain Dew, and in the
You
background,
just saw my bush.
no, I didn't. There's a picture. He took a picture of his Mountain Dew can, and he said he's selling this Mountain Dew can. Well, in the background, there's a gun, and he's like, everything in the picture goes.
Yeah.
He's not selling that. He's selling the Mountain Dew can. I thought that was funny.
No, that's funny.
Anyway.
I try to keep my channel clean, and
Yeah.
I mean, you come hang out with me, we be cussing and raising hell. But on my channel or your channel, I try to keep everything clean and that. That's
See?
all that, right?
See what happens when you say that kind of stuff? You just get blacked out. Did you see that, Auburn?
I just got blocked again, didn't I?
No. Oh, yeah.
No, you got a good channel, man. I like it.
Yeah.
And I like this, the Auburn. I don't know about the Auburn part, but
Well,
let's check your channel out, man.
yeah. It was the only thing I could come up with. Where I was like,
Yeah, I don't know I'm a Georgia boy, so come on.
hey,
We killing it this year.
y'all are doing amazing. I gotta hand it to you.
I hope. Hey, if we don't win the national championship, something's wrong. Something's wrong. But
Y'all are going to
I
crush
hope we get
Alabama this upcoming week.
ooh, I want to take care of Alabama.
Yeah, no doubt.
I want to surf it. I want to go fishing next weekend, but I'm like, I gotta come home. I'm gonna have to come home and watch the game.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to do that real early and get on back to the house. I think
You're
it's
way
3 o'clock.
You're way too addicted to the game if you got to give up fishing for it.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know how it's gonna happen. I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna catch the tail end of it.
Yeah.
Because I already know Georgia gonna whoop them.
Yeah. Georgia's got an amazing team this year.
They do. I will not just because it's my team, but they actually do. If they do not win, something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So Trevor says he grew up across the road from his grandparents' farm, cows, pigs, chickens, and horses. Never butchered their own animals, but my brother started a butcher shop when I was about probably 10 or 12 years old. So I've been around butchering for a long time. I worked in his butcher shop one year. That was in Virginia. I worked in his butcher shop one deer season. We did about, I can't remember if it was 2,000 or 2,500 deer that year.
Really?
Yeah. Now he moved to Missouri. He has a butcher shop out there. I've been through that butcher shop. That's a really nice butcher shop, but he used to do all custom and no USDA approved stuff. And now he does both USDA and custom. So Roadside Fishing Adventures says, hope you have had a blessed Thanksgiving. Watching from Palm Beach County. He's down there in your area, Creel.
I see.
I mean,
yeah.
not your area, but yeah.
I think that's Central. Central, yeah.
Yeah.
A few hours away.
Yeah. You can bike to him on a bicycle in what, a couple days?
Yeah.
Palm Beach. I'm trying to think where Palm Beach is even. Is it Central? Which side?
I think it's Palm Beach. I'm thinking it's more East Coast, more towards Hollywood, towards the Everglades. I'm thinking. I'm not positive, but I'd have to look it up. Palm Beach. I'm thinking it's down. Yeah, it's way on down on the East Coast. I'm thinking.
They charge us $1 a pound here to cut moose and deer. Man, they're ripping you off.
Wow.
Maybe $1 a pound. Maybe not. 185 pound deer though. That's $185 to. Is that just for burger? That's pretty much for just burger.
But I say me and my dad normally skin it and
But my glasses on, there you see.
cut it up ourselves.
Yeah, he's been butchering for a long time. And he did for himself before that. So, West Palm Beach, Mar-a-Lago. I've been to Florida quite a few times, but I can't keep straight unless I was going to.
I don't know if
area.
this dude.
I can't keep straight.
Hey, this dude in the middle looks like a serial killer. I'm just messing with you, man.
He was
I know,
concentrating.
You get it. You get it.
I just like a joke.
No, you
I was
good.
messing with you. You do look like a serial killer. Oh, shit.
Trevor says no. It's however you want it cut.
Yeah.
Man, how much does a moose weigh? Or are you talking?
No, you ain't talking to me.
No, I'm talking to Trevor.
Yeah.
Do they charge $1 a pound as in the pack, or $1 a pound is when you bring it into them? Because I'm thinking a moose is 1,000 pounds, right?
Yeah, that's a big
That's
animal.
Or
That's
more.
That's like a grand of. Wow.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it has to about be in the pack for a moose, I would think. I ain't paying no $1,000 to get the thing processed. I'll process it myself.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'll do it
Exactly.
myself.
Kind of like a shark. Yeah, y'all wave, man. Y'all so far away. It's unreal. How our world is just totally different.
Yeah.
How y'all live and how we live. But it's neat. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be back there closer to you. I mean, within probably 12 hours of you, Creel.
But that's still a long ways, man.
Yeah. 700 or 800 pounds they charge for hanging weight.
Okay.
That's
still a good bit of money.
yeah, that's still too much. I'd be doing that myself.
Wow. Yeah. That's how my dad and I always do it. We normally just skin it and cut the meat off
It's not
ourselves.
that hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a lot of work. Yeah.
it is if you don't know what you're doing. It's a lot of work, but if,
Yeah.
so by me working in my brother's butcher shop for a deer season, that is a great way to learn where all the bones are in an animal, because you're doing 40 a day of the same thing. I mean,
Right.
and it's the same as a cow, and it's the same as a moose, and it's the same as a deer. It's everything.
Pretty
It's
much, yeah. Just a bigger animal, I guess. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Right.
So, and when I butcher a cow, I do everything boneless because I have a saw, but it's too much of a pain to clean the thing up after I'm done. So I just do everything boneless.
Right.
But anyhow,
We got the serial killer back in the middle.
Nah,
You
you're
do
good.
that picture. You look like a serial killer in that picture. I don't know. Whatever,
he's-
man. I'm just playing.
you need
Nah,
it
you're
behind you. You need to put you one of those tape measures on the wall.
Yeah.
He looked like a serial killer.
Next time he
Damn.
comes up on my panel, he's gonna have that behind him.
Hey, if
he
I'm
does.
pumping gas and I see him walk up behind me, I'm gonna be jumping around. I'm gonna be like, what?
Oh man.
I'm just messing, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Trying to have fun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You look like a serial killer. I don't care what we do.
It's all good.
Channel kind of died down. I mean, the chat kind of died down, but I think Trevor's the only one. Oh, roadside was for a little bit, but switch everybody around.
Hey, it was work. Yeah, there you go.
Trying to figure out what all these where all these things, what they all make. That one doesn't do anything. That one doesn't do anything. That one didn't do anything. He says the biggest problem here with moose, our season is early and you need to get the quarters in a cooler. That's I believe that. That's with any meat. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty picky with how I treat any game.
Yeah. Same.
Yo,
And
hey,
moose- Go
y'all
ahead.
actually, y'all get moose? Y'all kill moose and get them? And
Here in
yeah, do
There-
y'all actually get moose meat?
No, I haven't here. There's a few in Oregon, but there's more in Washington, like Northwest Washington or Northeast Washington. I mean, for sure.
I was
But-
just wondering if y'all got y'all got moose meat. Yeah.
No, I don't. I've eaten it before, but that
Oh
was
yeah,
a
I have
friend.
too. Yeah.
That was a friend back east that went moose hunting and then brought us some when we lived back there. But
All right.
we have elk out here. Have a lot of elk out here actually, but
Yeah.
I hunted them one year with a rifle, and I had one in the scope, and I tried to shoot it. My safety was on, and by the time I got the safety off, it was gone. So it was that quick of a chance that I had. He says he prefers moose to beef. I mean, I can understand that. Elk is really good too. There's some people say they don't like deer at all. And I've had good deer and I've had bad deer.
Yeah.
When I lived in Virginia, you couldn't tell deer from beef. And people, what was that sarcastic or was that for real when you said right?
No,
Me?
right. Yeah, people can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
In Virginia, you can't tell a difference. But then I hunted in Ohio. I hunted deer. I hunted deer in Ohio, and that meat was gross. That stuff tasted wild, but
Really?
yeah, in Virginia they eat corn and beans all the time. In Ohio, we're in southern Ohio, and there's nothing but honeysuckle.
I've never had a bad deer. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
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 Well, you're probably living in farm country too.
Georgia. Come on,
Yeah.
Georgia. Georgia's that's deer country.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
if
Florida now, but
yeah, but if they're eating crops, that makes a big difference. And my brother there in Missouri says that they get some in there that are good and some that aren't. And there's parts of Missouri that aren't farmland, and there's parts of Missouri that is farmland.
Right.
I can see that, I guess. If you feed them, and I mean, I'd rather have a wild deer. I don't want to feed it. You know what I mean?
No, I know. But what I'm saying is they eat the crops. That's what I'm saying. And if there's no crops around, then they eat the honeysuckle and the acorns and all that stuff, and then that's what they taste like.
Right.
But
I have not had a bad deer. I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
we bleed them out though. When we do deer around here, we bleed them out.
I bleed them out with a bullet. I shoot them right through the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care of them real quick. But
yeah,
it's just like wild hogs. Man, I was buying wild. Dude was killing wild hogs around here, and he quarter them. All he do is skin them, gut them, quarter them, put them in a trash bag. $25-$30.
yeah.
I'd have a whole hog, and we were cooking wild hog every weekend, man.
Yep. So I use mostly plastics, and I mean I fish the ocean a lot, but I use mostly plastics, and I make these lures myself. That's just a lead 5-ounce flutter jig is what that's called, and then I do 2 dropper loops on top of that, and I use most of the time I use the plastic sandworm is what they're called, bloodworm or sandworm, various colors or any other plastic, and that's what I catch a lot of sea bass and lingcod on.
Wait, what did you just say? The last one?
Lingcod.
What's that?
It's an ugly fish, but it's good eating. It's
I ain't never heard that one.
Yeah, it's a bottom fish. They mostly stay at the same place. You have to go to them, like find a reef where they live, and if you catch one out of that reef, you can come back the next day and another and staking over that spot, kind of like a lobster does, I think. But
What's the taste like?
they're just a really, really mild, good fish. Very flaky white meat.
I ain't never heard that.
I've heard of them, but I've never actually seen one in real life. So.
Yeah. So I think he was asking that for everyone in here. So that question that's up on the screen there. So you guys can answer it too if you'd like.
I use live. I vary between each. I use plastics some, and I use live bait some. So it just depends on either what I'm feeling that day or what the water. Like I fish some of the waters around here so much that I know like what the weather pattern is, like what'll be biting what and stuff. So it all just depends on either what I want to do or what the weather's like. So
yeah, there you go. Yep.
And I know for saltwater fishing creel, like I've saltwater fished before, like we use live bait a lot saltwater fishing.
I do. I don't hardly ever use artificial bait, but
Yeah,
it's not out my game. But I do. I mainly use live bait, fresh bait.
I'll say this: I've caught very few fish on lures. I've probably thrown multiple over a dozen lures, and I've probably only caught. Well, I did throw a gotcha plug one time at a pier, and I did catch a bunch of Spanish mackerel on that. But that's about the only time I've actually successfully caught a fish on a lure, throwing it time after time. Other times I've just thrown it and not gotten any bites or anything. So I do prefer live bait.
Right. I think the lures would be better on pier fishing.
Oh, it is, no doubt.
Not from the surf. You can.
Yeah, it's so hard to fish lures from the surf. Like you have to have like a heavy weight to get it out there. I know one of the best surf fishing methods for lures that I've seen, and I've watched some other YouTube channels, is they go out there early in the morning and they take just a really big topwater popper, and just throw it out there and start popping, and have caught some good stuff. But
that's hard, man. That's dedication early is
no doubt.
Yeah. If I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna get on the pier. I'm not gonna do it.
No doubt.
No doubt. I'm not gonna do it from the beach.
Yeah.
So for freshwater fish, for bass, I fish here in the creek right behind my house here.
You at my league now? You talking bass? I don't.
Yeah. Well, I've tried different things, but the most successful I've been, and my go-to bait for that is a whopper plopper, and it's a clear on the bottom and black on the top, and those things will nail that thing.
Cool.
And I love top.
I've yet to have
big palm worms and shit stuff like that don't work. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a bass fisherman.
They like those plastics. They probably would, but where I'm fishing, it's real shallow, and there's a lot of grass overhanging the banks, and those bass sit right under that grass. So I throw that whopper plopper right up along the bank, and then just bring it back to me, and they will nail that thing. But
all
right. First time fishing adventures is headed out. I appreciate you coming in, man. Trevor said he shot low in the lung this year and had to track blood for 2 hours. That's a long time to be tracking something, but
I think the longest I've ever tracked a deer was about an hour, maybe. And we tracked it for well over at least 3/4 of a mile, maybe even over a mile. We tracked it for a long time.
But yeah. Did you find it?
No.
Oh,
no,
man.
It was a little doe that I'd shot.
Yeah.
but we never did find it. We tried to
Yeah.
go look for the next day, but never did. Couldn't remember where we left off.
Yeah. That's always a bad deal when you shoot something and can't find it. But hey, I mean, it happens to everybody.
Yeah, I thought I had lost my good 9-point that I killed last season, but so I shot it about 30 yards from my stand with a 308, and he ran around and then jumped over a fence. And I literally, in the field, there was probably a total of 5 drops of blood in that field that we followed. So we just gave up looking for blood in the field, and then we went over to the fence and just scouted the fence line where he jumped or whatever, and then he just started, like, it's like the floodgates came out. Like, he just started bleeding as soon as he jumped over that fence, and then we finally found him about 30 yards away from the fence.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one right there
Mm-hmm.
is the first buck I ever shot with a muzzleloader. And he didn't go anywhere. That was back in Virginia. But
Yeah.
it was about 70 yards away. And I had a 395 grain bullet, 50 caliber. That thing didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Yeah.
He was done.
The only deer that I've killed that never went anywhere was the very first deer that I killed. That it was a little bitty yearling that I shot. She dropped where she stood. That was the very first deer that I killed. But all the other deer have run at least 20 yards away from where I've shot them. So
Yeah. A lot of my deer have dropped right where they stood, but
right.
there's a few of them that haven't. But the first one I shot, I got it in the neck. It was running. Got it in the neck, and it dropped. I shot. There was the same season I got this one. That was in muzzleloader season. Then in rifle season, first day of season, I was walking back from my stand to the house, and I jumped about 50 yards from me, and I shot that one, and it dropped, and a bigger one jumped up right behind it. Made me so mad because I didn't have any more buck tags.
Right.
And it was 50 yards from me, standing there, and it was more worried about the doe that jumped up with it than it was about me. And it stood there for probably a minute and a half, and then finally took off with the doe.
Gotcha.
Anyway. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Trying to think of any
My
that.
story would be of catching a shark or fish. I wish I had a deer story, but I used to kill the crap out of squirrels and rabbits and all that.
Oh, I love squirrel hunting. That's a lot of fun.
I love that, dude. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Squirrel hunting. I love squirrel hunting. I'd literally go squirrel hunting before I'd go deer hunting. I love squirrel hunting.
I have fished off of charters, but I did a charter, I think last year, and a charter this year. The charter this year was supposed to have been for tuna, but the tuna weren't in close enough. So we went salmon fishing instead.
What coast? I mean,
Off
from where?
same place I always go out of out here in Oregon. So
You way over there, man. You like 2,000 miles, 2,500 miles. That's
I do go on charters occasionally, and it's even more fun now than it used to be because I go out there all the time on my own boat, but I hardly ever get to fish because I'm tying lines for everyone else. When I go out on a charter, I'm sitting there fishing. It's I can do my thing, and I don't have to worry about anyone else. So that's kind of fun too.
Right.
But,
I went off. I haven't been on any saltwater fishing charters, but I did do a freshwater fishing charter off of Table Rock Lake this past June in Missouri. So that was pretty fun.
I throw mine out there. I did one in Jacksonville, of course, but we did one, and it was actually a little scary there at first because it was like I think 8-9 foot waves, and I was looking which way I'm fixing to jump out the boat.
Right.
But once we got out there, and then yeah, it was bad. And the captain even apologized. He said, "Man, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was going to be this bad." But
Right.
yeah.
I come home with one sand shark. That's what I come home. But it was fun. It was neat. But everybody that went with my family, my cousin, his kids, his wife, and everybody that went with, they all got seasick and they were in the cabin. But
Right.
it was that bad, and there was people all around the boat throwing up.
So when we went on that charter when we were supposed to go for tuna, and went for salmon instead, it was pretty rough out there that day too. We weren't on a huge charter boat. It was probably, I'm guessing, 36 to 40 foot boat.
Yeah, that's about what I was on. Yeah.
And we were fishing, and when we were trolling with the waves, there was white caps that were about level with the deck in the back, which is, I mean, it was windy, and it wasn't an ideal day to be out there, but we limited out. I mean, it was rough enough that they put those skater boards, I forget what they're called, planer boards. They put the planer boards on a couple of those lines to get them out the side so that your lines don't all tangle up. And it was rough enough that some of those were coming to the surface and just sitting on, I mean, they weren't working anymore. So
well,
that was toward the end.
I mean, honestly, I was fine, but I was kind of like 25%. That is, I didn't get seasick, but it wouldn't take much to make me. You could thump me, and I would get seasick. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly
That's
what
how close it was.
Yeah, I get there quite a bit, and on that trip, I didn't puke, but I was feeling it some.
Yeah.
I didn't puke, but actually there was very few on that boat that did. I was a little surprised at that, but
I mean, the boat that I was on, man, everybody was puking. I'm like, oh my God, I was almost about to puke because everybody else was puking. You know?
That's not, I mean, if you're close, that's never fun to watch somebody else, but
yeah,
that doesn't bother me anymore to watch somebody. I've had a lot of people puking off of my boat, but I've come real close
to charters, right? You do charters?
No, I don't do charters. I just take a lot of people out.
Okay, all right. I wish he was closer, man. Damn.
If you
we'd have a blast. We probably end up in jail.
If you want friends, just buy a boat.
Right.
No, it's I actually like when people want to go because it's just me and my wife, and she hardly goes anymore because she never feels good out there, or very seldom feels good out there. It has to be a perfect day for her to feel good on the ocean, and even then it's a little iffy. So I don't know. I just wait for somebody to tell me they want to go fishing. I'm sure, let's go. So, yeah.
Well, if you
And
was closer, man, we'd be fishing every weekend.
yeah, that Eric the Fish Nerd, he's been out with me twice now, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah, Psycho up there. He's still up there. I see him up there. He looking crazy. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. He looking crazy though. He's out there in the corner. I see him.
he needs one of those tape measures up behind him.
Yeah.
He's got his tape measure ready. He's just waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And we went over the 2 hour mark here a little bit ago, so
Yeah.
10 minutes ago.
Well, hey, I hope you're getting your number. I don't know how this works. I'm learning, but I ain't even monetized yet. So
Yeah, me neither. I ain't even close.
I'm not either. I need another 1,200 hours or so, but
that's why I'm learning. I thought it was just you need subscribers. Now I'm learning you got to get the view hours to
Yeah.
get monetized.
you need 4,000 hours in the last 12 months. So
Wow.
it's
I
that
guess
a lot.
I'm gonna have to act goofier.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with their watch hours. I mean, like they'll get to 1,000 subscribers before they ever get to the 4,000 watch hours. But
Right.
Eric the Fish Nerd, he had a video that went. It was headed toward viral, and he had to, then they made him take it down because, well, I don't think YouTube made him take it down, but so he works for the state, and that fire went through over there close to where he is, and Sunfish King is back. And
yeah, that's awesome.
So he had a video on that, but the county or somebody made him take it down, and then he could put part of it back up later then. So he got a lot of new subs from that, and then he also puts together some pretty good video. Like he does nice editing, so people actually watch his stuff. And he had plenty of watch hours when he hit the 1,000 mark, I think. And another one that had way over their watch hours was Living MN Outdoors.
Yeah.
That's another good channel. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole new. It's like eBay. It's once everything gets going, then all of a sudden eBay changes the rules and everything changes. It's, yeah. I don't know if you've done eBay before, but I used to be a power seller on eBay.
yeah, no, I've bought stuff off eBay. I've never sold anything. Yeah, I know where Reedsport and Winchester Bay are. I had the old Coast Guard come out and tow me in one day from Winchester Bay. That was no fun. My nephew is still scarred from that. Oh man. We borrowed a boat that had two 20-gallon gas tanks in the sides of the boat. And he had one tank winterized and the other one not winterized. And he wanted us to use the non-winterized gas first and then the other tank. And there was about 7 gallons in the one tank and about 5 gallons in the unwinterized. And we ran about half a mile out the bay, set the crab pots, ran back the half mile back to the dock, used the restroom, went half mile back out, checked the pots about a round and a half, and ran out of gas. Switched tanks, and yeah, they were both empty. So that wasn't wasn't nice. Tide was ripping out, and it was not a pretty bar. So
Gotcha.
we put our anchor down and wasn't even sure that was going to hold us, but it did till they got out there.
I think I'm fixing to head out.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
FMC. I don't know if I've seen you in here before or not. I'm going to write your channel down so I can look it up later. I appreciate you coming by. I think I'm about ready to shut her down for tonight anyway.
Yeah, I'm fitting to hit it, man. I gotta get stuff off my grill. We'll be hollering at you. Appreciate it.
You gotta eat supper yet?
Oh yeah, my wife has, but I got some shrimp on there.
Oh yeah.
But, we'll be hollering.
All right. Well, I appreciate
Love
you
you,
coming
Colonel.
up. I think I'm gonna shut her down and go on to bed myself. So
All right, man. Next
all
time.
right. Yep, next time. So hope all you guys have a good evening, and I appreciate you stopping by, even if it's for a little bit. Appreciate every one of you. I like interacting with all of you, so this is one way I can do that. Learn to know a few of you a little better at least. So I think I'm going to head out. So have yourself a wonderful day.